to the cooking show, and this time we're gonna make one of my childhood favorites. The cat is pooping in the litter box, so we might need to do a little intermission. Welcome to episode
2.
So today we're going to make one of my childhood favorites and make it just a little bit bougier. So we're going to be making Hamburger Helper. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. For anyone who doesn't know what Hamburger Helper is, it's ground beef pasta and it's delicious. We've got pasta, ground beef, cheese, tomato. It's just salty, savory, rich pasta, and it's going to be really good. But I think it would probably make Italians roll in their grave. Not that all Italians are dead, but the dead ones would be rolling in their grave. To make Hamburger Helper, we have got hamburger. Some might call it beef, but my mom called it hamburger meat. Pasta. Chicken stock. Preferably we would have beef stock, but we don't have it, so we're rolling with what we have. I've diced up onion, carrot, and mushroom. Some garlic that's also been diced up. Tomato paste, paprika, thyme. Ideally this would be fresh thyme. And sharp cheddar cheese. And in true Hamburger Helper American fashion, it's the size of my head. I think that's it. Salt, pepper as well, and love. All right, let's make some Hamburger Helper. So we're gonna start with some olive oil in our pan, about, I don't know, a tablespoon, enough to coat the bottom. And we're gonna use this to brown our meat. So I'm gonna put that olive oil in and turn the heat on to medium high. All right, we're gonna add our ground beef and we're gonna cook this up until it browns. And we're gonna use a wooden spoon to break it up into little pieces.
That sizzle.
Woo! Hamburger Helper, the classic Hamburger Helper. It basically came with everything except for the ground beef. So you bought a box of Hamburger Helper, which is pasta and seasoning, and you bought a pound of ground beef, and that was your ready-made meal for working moms all over America, just like me. Ow! All right, so our ground beef is cooked all the way through, and I've just moved it over to the side of the pot, and I'm gonna dump in the onions, carrots, and mushrooms that I diced up, and they're all gonna cook together and get really tasty. I'm pretty sure that the original Hamburger Helper has no vegetables in it, so this is really the bougiest version you can make with 3 vegetables, but I think it's gonna be really good. All right, it's time to season our meat. We're gonna add salt, pepper, that garlic we chopped earlier, and the thyme and paprika. About 2 pinches of salt, I don't know, maybe 2 teaspoons.
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay. Going fairly easy on the salt because we're gonna add the chicken broth and cheese later, which are already pretty salty. But some good couple grinds of pepper, that garlic. You add the garlic last so it doesn't burn. Probably like a full tablespoon of paprika, quite a lot of paprika. Teaspoon of thyme. We're going to stir it all together. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more, of tomato paste to really get this like super rich and saucy. All right, so the unique thing about Hamburger Helper is that it's really meant to be easy, which I mentioned, working moms, which means it's only cooked in one pot. I'm pouring, I think, almost all of this chicken stock into the pot, and the pasta's gonna just cook in that. So we're gonna add this in. We're gonna reserve like maybe a cup or so that we can have on hand in case we need to add it later. All right, so we've got it nice and saucy. I'm gonna let that just heat through, and then I'm gonna add my pasta. It's time to add the pasta. All right, so we've got a pound of pasta. I am not going to use it all. I'm gonna use about 3/4 of the box. Just add it right in. We're gonna stir to incorporate it. Make sure that all the pasta gets to soak up all of that good, meaty sauce. And then we're gonna put a lid on this and leave it to cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. Bye-bye, good luck. I grated a lot of cheese, and now we're gonna add it to the pot. We're gonna maybe not add all of it. It's totally the consistency of Hamburger Helper now. All right, that just totally transformed this. This looked like, pretty classic bolognese pasta with maybe not the flavors of an Italian bolognese, and I added that cheese, and now it actually looks so much like the Hamburger Helper I remember. It's creamy, cheesy. It looks awesome. You know when Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion say macaroni in a pot? This is the noise I imagine they were thinking of when they made that lyric. It's just sloppy. It's gonna taste so good. So we did it. We made some bougier Hamburger Helper. I'm not gonna say this is bougie because I just grated about a pound of cheese into that, but it's gonna taste really good. And now I burnt my tongue. It's really good. Really savory, saucy, just super tasty. Bon appetit!